It's episode 154 of Play PS VR, the podcast. Your boys are in Washington, D.C., but before we get into maybe the biggest election of our lifetime, Alex, how do non-binary people murder other individuals?
Every single time we have an episode, Adam, you try to get us canceled somehow.
The issue is Werewolves Within has forever changed my life. I learned what pansexual was, yeah. And I'm continuing to evolve. And now I have ascended to the next level, and that is
the beef.
How do non-binary individuals murder others?
I don't know how.
They slash them. Boom! You get it? They slash them.
Listeners, I just want you to know, Adam told me he's been holding on to that one for weeks. Weeks, Adam's been holding on to that one. Was it worth it, Adam?
I think
it's a hot button issue, and the reason we're willing to touch hot button issues is because Adam and I are in Washington, D.C. this week because we are fighting for your rights to vote virtually. Adam is taking one party. I'm taking the other party. We are lobbyists for the VR industry. Zuckerberg, send us some cash. Cuck Cerny, we don't want your cash. Just send us a PS5 Pro for free. Maybe the 30th anniversary edition that sold out in negative 10 seconds. We are going to make it legal for you. Actually, we're going to make it legal even if you're not a citizen, but you have a VR headset, PSVR 2 headset. You're allowed to log in and log that vote. It's up to them to figure out if it counts. That's what we're lobbying for.
They're the only people that should matter.
Only people that should matter. Yeah.
And I mean, I think if you were, who do you think you could convince of, let's just say something in general, not the specific topic. You have a room of Republicans and a room of Democrats. Which one do you think you could convince to go against whatever topic? So they had an original opinion. Yeah. Who do you think you could influence the flow?
Oh, that I could convert?
Yeah.
Man, it depends on who's older and dustier. I don't know. Because here's the strategy. You know what you do? First thing, now I don't think it's worth it. Have them put on the VR headset, put them in like VR chat. Oh, put them in Little Star. Yes, we need to vote with this. Little Star. Put some of them Tiggo bitties on them and say, this is what we're voting for. Are you in or are you out? If they say they're out, you say this guy's against VR Tiggo bitties.
Oh wow.
I don't care what party you're part of. You don't want to be against. You don't want to be. You don't have to be pro it. You don't want to be down on the record as against it. That's my lobbying strategy. What's your strategy?
Mine is, I think there's more old people as Republicans. And so I'm just going to I'm essentially going to filibuster to the point where they're so tired and all they want to do is sleep and then show them the Tiggle bitties. And
and you could tell them that if you are virtually attending in the VR headset, that they can't tell that they're asleep. Nobody can tell that they're asleep. So their vote still counts.
That's good. So we figured that out for you guys. You're welcome. We've also figured out I'm horrible at selecting drinks and gamer juices, at least when we're out on the town.
Yeah.
I got this. Actually, let me tell you what's in this, Alex. I didn't think it sounded that bad, but turns out I've had one sip. My apologies. So I got a teetotaler. It's Liar's Zero Proof Spirit, Fever Tree Tonic, butterfly pea flower extract, and lemon.
So I want to know what of those ingredients sounded good to you.
Lemon. Lemon. Straight up. It's the only one with lemon. And I like tea. So I was thinking like, I don't know. That's why I was thinking. And
it's got a nice pink hue for those. Adam, you said you were...
This is the most appalling drink. I think it's not sweet. It's horrible. And it's to the point that I can't believe every time we have a podcast, Alex, that I do this. I have a way that I maybe am going to make it a little better. But first, I want you to try and tell me, is my palate effed or is it really horrendous?
I have a sophisticated palate.
Yeah, you
probably
do.
Gonna enjoy this.
But he
probably barfing up curry.
If he does, you shouldn't trust any of his opinions because it's jacked. It doesn't matter if it's about games or if it's about drinks. Yeah, like one of those.
Yeah, like
the dude is.
It's not okay. I taste the lemon. Oh, it's so fragrant is the issue. It's like you ever had lychee?
Yeah, like bubble tea. Lychee bubble tea.
That's like milky. Lychee has like an aftertaste, and it's like to me it tastes fragrant. This tastes like that. It tastes like drinking a flower. It's not bad. I could probably it's refreshing, but it's not like I wouldn't order it again.
Dude, F you. That is disgusting. The good news is we are around so many people in Washington, D.C. I know I don't know, maybe I'm going to get sick. I don't have kids. I don't have an unbreakable immune system. So I've got a little emergency, Alex, and I'm just going to pop this in here.
Do you really think orange powder is going to make this thing taste better?
It can't make it taste worse. So let's try it.
But what if it does? You still got to drink the whole thing.
There's no way it can taste worse than it does. It's impossible.
That orange C smells like fart.
It smells.
Emergency.
Yeah.
C stands for.
I think it personally, like, it's still not good, but I think it made it better because at least now there's a reason it sucks. Before, I paid $20 and it sucks.
It sucks because it's healthy. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's still not. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's I'm sick of talking about my drink. It sucks.
My drink it's called the Fashionably Late. It's absolute vodka and coffee, and then it just said simple syrups. I don't know what that is. It tastes like iced coffee. It's cold brew coffee.
But why would you want that in the morning and then at night?
I would want it at night. It's a nightcap. It keeps me up for the podcast, and then I'm going to crash when the caffeine wears off, and I'm going to have a good night's sleep. Crashed. But the vodka will keep me loose for the pod. You see how this goes? Tom Telfer, by the way, we know you were like, no more of those drunken hotel room podcasts. Eat it. We're fighting for your rights, man. You don't want us to fight for your rights? Don't unsubscribe. We need all the subscribers we get. We're like 5 away from being able to make 25 cents per episode.
Can't wait.
Tell your mom and dad. We just need a couple more to subscribe. So each time we drop one of these absolute bangers of a show, we can get 25 cents. This isn't bad. It tastes like coffee. Do you like iced coffee?
No,
okay,
I hate coffee.
Share it with you.
Yeah, I don't want it. What I do want is Matt to keep commenting on our episodes. He said, great rant. The puppy line had me dying. I get hot. I get bothered. I ain't playing around. I'm serious about my gaming. I'm serious about my VR. And I'll kick puppies if I have to. I don't even remember what the line was. But, I'll shove it into a puppy. I'll kick a puppy.
There you go. I was wondering when it was going to turn into puppies and buttholes, and Adam did it very. Adam is adroit at this. Adam's very good at just bringing buttholes into the situation.
Butthole's hot.
My butthole's hot.
My butthole's hot.
Let's see what else we got. Void Citizen, leaving comments. Thank you.
Freaking killing me.
Okay. All right, this guy's mad at us because we like the PSVR 2. Okay, LOL. I pre-ordered PSVR 2 for PS5, but I must be just a hater because Synapse is overrated AF. I can't believe Adam, of all people, thinks it's worth $35. Lamau is what he says. This is because Void Citizen, you are a hater, man. Just because you spent money on something doesn't mean you're not a hater. Look at Adam. Adam's like the ultimate hater. He spends money on stuff.
Well,
actually, Adam doesn't spend money on shit.
Here's the thing. You should feel ashamed. And the fact that I do think it's worth $35 you know how cheap I am. That tells you you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how you can play that game. And I mean, maybe there's a difference between it's not good and it's overrated. Like, something could be still really good, but overrated, right? Maybe that's where he is. We need further elaboration. I would love to master debate you. I will roast you. You will be like a suckling pig on the underbelly of my mother's breast because you're just going to be screaming, please stop. And it's going to be reason and statement and fact and evidence after evidence. It's going to be ugly as sin, and you won't be able to breathe, and you're gonna succumb to me. If you want to participate, let's do it.
I can't wait to clip that out and put it in the next song.
It's probably going to be horrible. But seriously, like, it's so good. Can you imagine someone playing that game and saying, it's I
think he said it was a glorified quest game, which, listen, I know it's not a long, expansive Skyrim world, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for things you can only do in VR. That is a game you can only do in VR. And because of the haptics and the eye tracking and all the beautiful technology it's implementing, you can only do it on PSVR 2. It's a flagship title, and it's 35. What, 35? Is that what he's upset about? $35? Yeah.
I spent $20 on this drink, dude.
And then like $10 for the emergency.
And it's horrible. I got it at the airport. It really was $10.
Oh my God.
So you spent the same amount of money on a flagship title, an incredible experience you will remember for the rest of your life. And here in what you maybe say at best 8 hours, I'm gonna urinate this out and be like, that was just a pass.
And if you reach out to his Void Citizen, he can urinate on you. We will host a master debater. I will be the judge, and we'd love to have you come on and debate. But Adam, why don't you read our next comment from our boy Corporate Zombie?
That's it. I'm super confused how Frenzies is going to work. Me too. If you customized your something that I can't read, how do you know who is on which team? I think some people who play competitively aren't going to like the game picking your team for you. Fair enough. I'm interested, but still skeptical so far. I'm playing with a friend. I don't want to suddenly be on the other side from them having to shoot their face off.
The only thing I want to do with friends when I play multiplayer games is shoot their face off. I'll be honest. This is Corporate Zombie. We love you. This is a strong opinion to have about a game such as Frenzies.
Right off the bat, too. It's
Yeah.
not even like, we haven't really seen gameplay. I'm interested.
We've seen like maybe a little bit of gameplay. I mean, we all have the same feeling, right? That when you're making a VR multiplayer only shooter, you're asking for failure. Like there's no way something's going to have the legs to stand long term as a VR multiplayer shooter. That being said, this is the people that did Synapse, so I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I think it'll be good. I think if anything, Firewall showed us is the setup and the lobby before and after a game makes or breaks the game like
how
this.
fast can you get into another round? When you die, how long are you waiting? Because Pavlov, you're never waiting, right? Like you almost don't have enough time to know what the next game you're jumping into is in Pavlov. And that game, people are still playing. They're still having a good time with it. Also, make it free. You'll get a bunch of kids on Quest playing it. So
I don't want that, though. I don't want that.
Yeah, you don't like kids? Oh, it's because you're not allowed to play with kids by court order.
Freaking don't want that. Regardless, thank you for the comments. That was our fan shout out little segment there. But we've already talked about our gamer juice. Alex, it's ready to talk about our games. The Powerade play of the week for myself.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't really discuss this. Which one's it gonna be?
You're reviewing a game, so that's normally not the Powerade. I'll say the Powerade play of the week is going to be Tom Telford. We didn't play a PC game because nothing good came out on PC recently.
It sucks.
Let's dial it back 1 second, Adam. So that was the question we wanted to address: was do you regret selling your PC VR
That's a good point.
adapter? Yeah.
It's been now 2 months, maybe since I've sold the PSVR 2 adapter for the PC, and I can say 100%. I'm just going to be honest. I don't regret it one bit. In fact, my life has improved since selling that because I purchased it. And let me tell you, Alex, what I have purchased with that same $60.
You have that itemized. Well, 1/3 of that was your fruity.
Well, but that was before. Before. Okay.
You actually bought
I purchased Kopi Luwak Civic Ground Coffee.
I didn't even know you drank coffee.
I don't. But they took Civic crap and they turned it into a coffee.
What is Civic?
Civet is an animal. It looks like a small.
So it's poop coffee.
Yes.
Why did you buy it?
$18 for 1 ounce.
Why did you? Who's drinking? Are you drinking it?
No, I bought it for like a conversation.
Gift?
Yeah, essentially.
All right.
Then I bought a promo Pokemon card that was $15.
All right, and you're planning on flipping that?
No, well, at some point.
Okay.
Yes. Anyhow, it's a part of a collection, and at some point, legit, I'm gonna make an effing butt ton. I can already triple my money of what I bought them from.
So the PSVR 2 adapter has made you money in
a way, and I've got new sport wireless headphones.
Oh, so this microphone that we're using, is that part of
a little bit of the money came from the new microphone, but and then I also bought The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds because we have a new podcast where we're reviewing whole games, but really it's just gaming is in session. Yeah. And we're going to play Link Between Worlds.
So
all of that came from the one PC adapter, which only caused me headache. I don't regret it. There's not a single game that has come out that I've been like, oh, man. And in fact, I got to give you your little flowers, your laurels, whatever you want to call it. I'm very surprised they keep announcing PSVR 2 games for the PS5.
Yeah.
So I've lost nothing from not having the adapter.
Yeah, I will say, I like having the adapter because I still play like, Battlezone and Half-Life Alyx. I like having the ability to play that easily.
Yeah, fair.
And there's a new game, like some mech combat game that I liked. It looked like I like a in the cockpit mech simulator combat game. But I'll be honest, the games coming out on PSVR 2 are so much better than what I could potentially be playing on PCVR. And it's not worth the hassle for me to disconnect from my PS5 and go connect into my computer and resync everything to where it's like, why would I do that when I could just keep playing the absolute bangers that are laying on a PS5 right now?
So why not just buy another PSVR 2 headset?
Yeah, that's not okay. I did tell you I had some news that you're gonna get mad at. Do you want to
Oh
hear
my no! It can't be. It can't be.
Do you want to hear the bad news?
No, you can't have ordered another one.
No, not another PSVR 2.
Oh, okay. Oh,
so I mean, you're still gonna get mad. So, bless you. So recently, Meta had their Meta Connect, and they were launching the Quest 3S for $299. Good price. But in the process, they also dropped the price of the Meta Quest 3. Bless you, Adam. They dropped the price of the Meta Quest 3 down to $499. Now, it's not because I want to play Quest games. I have a Quest 2. I'm not super interested.
But you're going to spend $500 on the Quest 7 3.
Listen, I'm so loaded from all the lobbying I'm doing here at Congress. They're just giving me money to talk to them. I bought a Meta Quest 3 because I'm getting a new laptop from work, and I need a multi-monitor situation, and I'm going to be doing all of my work in VR with virtual monitors.
You just won't. You'll set it up, and you'll be like, you'll text me, Adam, this is awesome. But it won't stick. You'll do it for a little bit, and then you're going to stop.
As long as I never connect my laptop to other monitors, then I'll be forced to use this. So I'm looking forward to trying it. Also, I'm going to be giving my Quest 2 to my dad so he can play PC VR.
Do you think I care about that? Your dad's awesome, but that is whatever. Your money. Let's just start a Quest 3 podcast.
But you wouldn't have one.
That would be the fun of it. It's just me railing on it and then you liking it. They would actually maybe be entertaining.
It might be, yeah. Maybe we have a Quest 3 hate segment. So I mean, that's
you just don't. I mean, if you actually use it for that, I guess you're using it.
I didn't buy it for gaming. I bought it for productivity. Now, of course, if it doesn't work,
why not the Apple Pro?
Because that's $3,500, and it's not even that good.
Here's my airing a grievance. I went to the Apple store to buy my dad an Apple Watch for his birthday, and I saw it, and I was going to send you a video or just a picture of saying, hey, I bought it as a joke.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'll take a demo, They're like, oh, you could demo it because they saw me eyeing it. I was like, giddy up. To even put it on, they were like, oh, you have to go through a 40-minute training session, and then you can spend an hour in it. I'm like, what? Ridiculous. Yeah. And then the $3,500 is no way they're selling this.
Yeah, no.
There's no way. It's ridiculous. Anyhow, I don't want to talk about other headsets because this is a PSVR 2 podcast. But if you guys think Alex made a bad decision, let us know. We know he did.
I know Voight said it's going to be like, that was the best decision you ever made.
Yeah, probably. Freaking Voight said, Synapse would be better in Quest 3.
Voight Citizen, please stay subscribed and maybe make another account and subscribe with that account as well.
Hey, is it wireless?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, that's the only thing I'm jealous. I really am genuinely jealous. I would love.
But I'll probably be using it wired because I don't want to keep like batteries and stuff floating on my head.
So the best thing about it,
Yeah. I mean, I'm using it for work, right? Like
I can't wait for the PSVR 2 Pro to come out, or
it's wireless
Pro or something.
Yeah.
I think even an upgrade. We'll skip the game. We'll get to it. PS5 Pro came out.
Oh, yeah.
It makes so little difference. I can't even tell the difference between the games when they're showing it on the showcase.
That's because you're watching it on YouTube that has like a max resolution of 1080p, and they're showing like 4K compared to 4K.
Dude, I'm playing these games, and they already look so good. You can't convince me they are significantly better, and yet you are a sucker, and you bought it.
Yeah, I told you I'm freaking loaded from all this lobbyism.
Howard,
what are you doing? Are you not like putting out for these congressmen? Like I show them a bit of skin. I like say, hey, let's go eat. Can you cover this food? And then they're like, why not? Here, you pay for it. I'll pay you back. They reimburse me, but like double. Dude, I'm so loaded. These congressmen are giving me so much cash for my lobbying activities. Yeah, of course I'm going to get a PS5 Pro.
Dude, I just go. They're like, hey, come back. We got a party. And so I go with them. It's at P. Diddy's house.
Yeah.
And then I have a drink or two, and then I don't remember anything. Next morning, I wake up. And
in bed with Ellen DeGeneres, right? Yeah.
Degenerate?
DeGeneres. You don't Ellen? You don't know who Ellen is?
Ellen DeGenerate?
DeGeneres. That's her name.
That's Oprah's competitor, right? White chick?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I hate her. Is she in the P. Diddy scandal?
There was like a tweet that came out a long time ago where she's like, I love P. Diddy. He's the best. I love you. You're my best friend. I love you so much. Something like that.
But that doesn't mean she banged little boys.
Oh, no, she's a lesbian. I don't think she did in the first place.
Oh, she is? Hey,
you didn't know that? Anyways, Adam, move on. I do want to ask you about the PS5 Pro. So PS5 Pro was announced. I was trying to get that 30th.
That one was, it looked
awesome,
good. Yeah.
But I didn't get that, of course. There's like only 12,000 of them. I did order a PS5 Pro. Adam, I don't care much about like the 4K 60 versus 4K 30 stuff, but what did intrigue me was they had the PSSR. It's just like proprietary chip that will do like super sampling resolution, like AI stuff to make the games look better. And the stuff they showed made sense. And then we also heard that it will have utility in VR. So things like, maybe it doesn't bother you as much, but a lot of people get upset about reprojection, right? Like we're trying to hit this refresh rate. The way we do it is by reprojecting. That makes people sick. They don't like the way it looks. This would help absolve that by, using AI to, better interpolate data. It could create a 2K image, make it look 4K, stuff like that. But that's one enhancement. We do have games announced that are using PS5 Pro enhancements. Tell me if any of these tickle your fancy. Cube VR.
It looks like Minecraft. How much better can it?
Have you actually looked at this game? It is one of the best looking games in VR.
I mean, yeah, it looks good, but it's like that. This one doesn't excite me as much as some of the others.
No Man's Sky VR is getting PS5 Pro.
I mean, that I think is good, but at some point, dude, I'm sorry, I'm not going to keep going back to No Man's Sky.
I mean, I haven't gone back to it since PSVR 1 days. I feel like this. Here's the problem with No Man's Sky is that they keep making it better, and I keep feeling like if I just wait a bit before I go back, I'll have the best version. And I do feel like now they maxed out what the PS5 could do. Now they're maxing out the PS5 Pro in VR, and this will be the best version of No Man's Sky. I will finally go back.
See, I think the problem is the game is too big, and it's not. I don't necessarily want a super linear game.
Yeah.
But it's not linear at all. I don't know what to do.
So they have added like quests and like stuff that you can do that are linear in the game.
But I want an end point. I want to start the game and know in 12 hours I finished it.
Okay, well, there are endpoints like that, but
I know there are, but they're not obvious.
Okay.
Even when I played the game, I was like, I don't know.
Either way, I'm excited about it.
I mean, I think it'll be pretty, but I don't think you're going to go back to it. That's just my opinion.
How about Kayak VR Mirage PS5 Pro?
It already looks so good.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's like, but the problem with that one is the game's boring.
It's got multiplayer now, like real-time multiplayer. We could
boring.
We could be kayaking together.
Boring.
Casting our votes.
Boring.
Okay. What about, so this one actually was impressive. GT7, I watched a video of them comparing the pro to non-pro versions. So in GT7, it looks really cool. There's like reflections and stuff. What they don't have is the reflection of one car on another car. So I have a bright green car and I'm driving past a blue car. So
it's such a, like, that's cool, but it's so small.
Well, the reason I think it's important is like when you're playing Gran Turismo 7 and you look in the mirror, a little bit of you is like, yeah, that doesn't really look like a reflection. It looks like they produced a reflection and just like put it on top of the mirror. I feel like this with the advanced ray tracing and stuff like that is going to make it at least look a little bit more realistic. Again, I'm coming back to a game in its best version, so I'm kind of excited about that.
I mean, it just, is that enough? I mean, not saying these things won't improve the game.
Yeah.
But is that worth the? I don't want to out you. How much you pay for the whole thing?
I mean, a PS5 Pro is $700. Yeah.
Okay, but then you didn't. There's no way you can just get the Pro. You have to buy special DualSense to go with it.
No.
Okay. Then you probably don't need any other chargers.
Yeah.
The stand is what, $30 if you want to stand.
If you care about the stand, yeah.
Okay, so it was like $800 is a lot. Have you looked at the resale market of, and maybe you won't, but if you wanted to resell the PS5, have you looked at the resale market?
It's probably like what, 400, 300, something.
I have no idea. I just I mean, like really, you're paying another $400 to
a generational refresh. I mean, I did the same thing for the PS4 Pro.
And I didn't have. Oh, did I have the? I did have the Pro because that made a bigger difference in VR than I think this will.
So that's the thing is, it was a huge difference in Resident Evil 7 when the Pro came out. It turned what was like a grainy game, except for in the middle, to like a clear game. With a little bit of grain on the edge. So it did make a big difference.
And I mean, maybe if it comes out that this does the same leap, maybe I'll reconsider. But I just can't see it.
So part of me is doing this as like a hopeful thing of like, I hope it has that dramatic effect, because two of the games that are verified PS5 Pro enhanced is Resident Evil 8 and Resident Evil 4 remake. Now, it's not verified that they're enhancing the VR version, but it is enhancing the original game. I don't see how it could not also enhance the VR version.
Well, let's see. Resident Evil 8, you've already played.
Yeah.
You're not going to go back.
Probably not. But Resident Evil 4, I've held off on, and now it's like I get to play a better version than you played.
I mean, I hope you play it, but ever since day one, it's one of my favorite games. You have yet to play it. You played 1 hour.
I knew the best version was
F you. You did not. Yeah. I think it's interesting. I'll be curious to hear your thoughts. I mean, I'm not interested whatsoever. I ain't dropping no $800 effing dollars. No way. I'm just not going to do it unless, that's just the way it is. I'm not going to do it. And now, just the PS5 is already so fast.
It is.
It looks so good. Like, it's one thing if there's a huge leap, but in my opinion, it's just not a huge leap.
Well,
that's the way it is.
The stuff Sony's showing doesn't seem great, but the stuff the developers are saying is what gives me hope. Like the No Man's Sky developers are like, the PS5 Pro is nuts. And I forget, there was another developer that was just like, this is like an insane leap for what we have for a generational refresh. I do think that PlayStation AI chip is pulling a lot of weight that otherwise you wouldn't see. I think it's hard for Sony to showcase this stuff because they can't showcase third-party stuff. They got to showcase their first-party games, which they haven't released any first-party games since 2020 with like Ratchet and Clank, right? So like I don't care that Spider-Man looks better. I don't care that Ratchet and Clank looks better. That's what they're showing, and so it's a bit muted in the response. Oh, Demon Souls, I saw what that looks like enhanced. It looks really good. It looks real good. I know you don't care.
It already looked good.
It already was one of the best looking games. Yeah, but it looks even better, which is cool.
My problem.
Yeah,
like it may be a little better, but it's not. But we will see.
We'll see.
I think.
You know how critical I am. I think everything's bad. I'll give my honest opinion on it. I'm just joking.
It's like you think everything is fantastic, so he'll love it. I don't know.
Let's talk about a game that will probably not benefit from the PS5 Pro, Adam, and that's a game you're going to review for us today. Does that sound good, or do you want me to do my?
The thing is, Stilt will be significantly better.
Stilt, yes.
VR Kiwi doesn't let us down.
Yeah, Stilt by VR Kiwi. How much? You got a review copy of this?
I did.
I bought it on sale for $2, but it also was. I think normally it's like $15 or $20 or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. A scope of the game, if you haven't played it, if you don't know about it, you have like essentially pogo sticks kind of on your hands.
Yeah.
And you push down and you jump up and you go through the game, and it's almost like a platforming collection game. Mm-hmm. You collect coins and puzzle pieces.
It's postage stamps, right?
That's right. Yeah, thank you. Postage stamps. And very high level, that's kind of the gameplay. It's a platformer. You're pogo sticking and bouncing around. You're on stilts and you're bouncing around collecting these things, and they've got different worlds, and you go in, and some of them have secrets, and there's a mode in each world where you can do a speed mode or have you collected everything. They've got special little mini games hidden in there. I started the game, and I'm not gonna lie, Alex, I hated it. I was like, this is freaking stupid. The controls don't work well. I didn't feel like I was in control necessarily of where I was jumping. Like to the top, I knew what I was doing, how to do it. And if I messed up, I was like, that's entirely on me. I never felt like the game. I was like, what? Why did it do that? No, there's a little bit of that. But so first day I played it, I played 40 minutes. I was like, wow, I hate this. but as we're thorough, Alex.
Yep.
You can call us a lot of things. Thorough.
We get in there and we clean it out.
We get in.
Yep.
And so second day, I was like, I gotta play. I gotta keep going. I at least gotta like finish the game to review it. And I was like, okay, well, it's not great, but it's something. And I think I was at World 4 or something at that point. Then the third day, I got an inkling. I wasn't going to play any games that night. And I was like, play just a little bit of Stilt. And then I got another, okay, it's not that bad. And then the fourth day came. I was like, okay, let's try this again. And I was like, okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. And then you and I went and we played multiplayer. And I was like, it's actually pretty fun.
It's a pretty good game.
It attaches to you. So if you buy the game, especially if it's on sale for $2, it's way worth that. Yeah. That's laughable. Yeah. Like, I feel bad. You robbed them blind. Yeah. VR Kiwi, reach back out. We will buy the game again for you.
Send me a bill for like $12.
Exactly, because I feel bad. But I mean, when you first play it, if it doesn't sit well, stick with it for an hour and a half.
And we do think that it improved based on a patch, because they released a new multiplayer mode and there was an update. And I do think, I agree. When I first played it, it felt a bit unwieldy, and I was thinking, like, that's the point of the game. You're supposed to feel a little bit out of control because you can't, there is no locomotion of the game. You slam your hands in the ground and that's what propels you forward or up and things like that. And that's the challenge of the game, right? It's just like islands and stuff, and you're trying to bounce from island to island without falling in the water and collect all this stuff. Some things are really high up, so you got to like bounce the right way to get up there. But
what did you like most about it?
So when I first played, I also was frustrated, but I appreciated like the novelty of it. So I was cool. When I played after this update, which maybe I'm just more familiar with it, but I do really think they must have fixed it behind the scenes to make it more reliable in its tracking or something. Once you get the hang of it, it feels so fun to move around. My favorite thing about it are the power-ups. So there's power-ups you can pick up that each hand can be modified. So there's a power-up that's like a grappling hook almost. You're bouncing in the air, you shoot it, and then you have like a swing. You just swing forward like you grabbed a vine or something. There's a power-up that's like a propeller, so you can hover. There's a power-up that shoots a gun, and you're shooting enemies, which is pretty fun. And the way you reload is by slamming on the ground and bouncing with your things again. Those were an element I did not know were in the game, and I'll be damned if it's not so fun to jump above a group of enemies and then hover in the air and then just launch, missiles at them with your gun arm. It feels good. It feels satisfying. And having just come off of Astrobot, I think there was a fun factor in some of the single player levels that was equivalent to the fun that I was having in Astrobot. It was just like a silly, good, simple, good time. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing, dude. Well, I'll get to this. I definitely agree with you. I like that it's such a fun-natured game that somehow kept my attention through as you go through the world. Also, the multiplayer, admittedly, nothing you're going to sit there and I could play for 2 hours straight. But we played for 40 minutes, maybe an hour.
Maybe an hour, yeah.
And I was sweaty by the end of it. But they have different game modes, and it was fun. Yeah. There was one mode where kind of you were going after each other and shooting each other.
It was like a smack 'em all. It was deathmatch.
Yeah. That I think was the best mode. Like, it's fun to go and shoot each other and try to attack each other. You can jump on each other and send the other person flying. If you do it right, that's kind of fun. There's a paint the world mode where everything is like white, and when you jump on something, it turns into that color of yours. And then the people who color the most stuff, wins. It's a fun little game, Alex. I mean, VR Kiwis, they're publishing maybe low key bangers.
Yeah, I mean, they made VR Pigeons, which was
so. Let's go through the games, and I want to rank.
Okay, yeah.
What are the VR Kiwi?
So right now, Stilt is on top. Let's see if anything beats them.
Still, okay. Yeah. I've never heard of Lo-Fi Katana VR.
Lo-Fi Katana VR. That's probably a Quest game. I'll talk about it when my Quest comes in.
Okay. I'm trying to see real quick if it was, but anyhow, I'm going to move on. It probably is. Towers and Powers is a game that I am going to review, but I haven't had time.
Yeah, I have a copy of it. I think if it's anything half as good as Ancient Amulator, I think I'm going to really like it because I really like that game. I didn't know they made that game.
They made Secret My Shadow. which I
Low-
liked.
Low-key bangers.
I liked.
Low-key bangers is what VRQ needs to change their name to.
I liked it. Now,
Yeah.
I don't like it as much as Stilt.
No, but the fact that you played that game and walked away happy is a surprise to me.
Yeah.
It's a game not made for Adam. Yeah.
Well, I disagree. I like Operation Serpents. Did you play this?
I have it. It was on sale for like 99 cents, so I bought it, but I haven't played it yet. It's just like an arcade shooter. It looked fine, so maybe I'll try that when you play Towers and Powers.
Yeah. Time Patrol VR. I don't know.
No, if it's not on PSVR 2 VRQ, we don't care.
VR Pigeons.
Now this one, like base price is $5. Can you get 30 minutes of fun out of it? Probably. Hurts the hell out of your neck because that's how you move. But it would be an excellent game if you want to embarrass a friend who's just playing VR.
It's a great party game.
It is worth the $5 for that because you bob your head like this. That's how you move.
Yeah,
and you got to collect the bread while someone.
And then you take a video and you Photoshop the VR headset off of them, and then you just have them doing this, and then it opens up a whole world of possibilities.
Subway sandwiches, cucumbers,
P. Diddy,
trombones,
Ellen DeGeneres, all of that. Yes. Cave Digger and Cave Digger 2. I did not realize.
I didn't realize, and unfortunately, I think Cave Digger 2 is below Cave Digger 1. In my opinion.
Well, that's your opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion.
I don't agree.
Cave Digger 2 was like glitchy. It tried to do too much. Cave Digger 1 was just like, I see what it's going for. Let's have some fun with it.
Cave Digger 1, I got bored real fast. Cave Digger 2, I played for a lot longer before I got bored. I like Cave Digger 2 better.
Okay, either way,
No,
I think those are both below still.
These are the closest to Stilt, I think, of all the games.
All right,
but you're right. I still have to give it to Stilt. There's also Art Pulse and Crystal Raiders.
That's a bunch of BS we don't care about.
Which,
and we're done. Okay, but shout out to VR Kiwi. Because here's what I think. I don't think they're putting like tons of money into this. Stilt is like a full ass game. If you want fun platforming in VR, like that's maybe some of the best platforming in VR. That's not just like copying Astrobot, right? Yeah,
I'm also a very, very big fan of these are affordable games.
Yeah.
That you don't feel you're getting ripped off of. You know what you're getting. If you're buying a $5 game, you should understand, okay, this isn't going to be Resident Evil 4. But it's still not. I feel like you said, you're going to get your 30 minutes. You're going to get your money out of it. So I'm a fan of VR Kiwi. Are they low key one of my favorite design studios? It might be.
That's what happens is these studios, if you do it right, you don't try to over promise. You don't try to you're not trying to make a AAA game. You know your limits and you deliver within those limits.
You have fun.
And you have fun.
That's the thing. What will make this enjoyable within our scope. Like you said, they're not trying to overreach. A lot of people don't do that. They try to do they
try to make Skyrim in VR, like outside of
Stilt.
No, but like an independent studio will try to make something of the scope of like Skyrim or of the scope of God of War in VR. And it's like it's not going to land. You don't have the money.
What's the one game that I actually liked, but everyone hates it, and it's an MMO. It was an early PS.
Red Vendetta?
No, it's PSVR 2.
Zenith?
Yes.
You liked Zenith?
I like the idea of Zenith.
So you put that at the bottom of our list.
But the issue is they try to do too much.
Okay.
If they just focused on the gameplay and they didn't make it an MMO, I think it could have been a good game.
Yeah.
Like it's really fun moving around,
and
room scale, actually moving your body and swiping swords.
If you could beat the game without having to have people in your party,
that's
tone down the enemies. Let me play through it by myself. If somebody's with me, cool, whatever. Adam, we got to put Stilt on the list. Where are you putting it? So I think it's out of the top 10, probably. Yeah. We're looking at somewhere. I guess you can pick. Where are you going to do this?
Yeah. I mean, this is where it's difficult because although I do like the game, it's it's limited.
How about, is it better than Demio?
Oof.
There you go. See, that's how I get you.
The thing is, like, I definitely enjoy this more than Demio. But in realistic, like, I feel like Demio probably is better, though, right?
Really?
Like if you're trying to be objective.
Okay, then let's move down a bit. Kayak VR. Is it better than Kayak VR?
See, this is the challenge, right?
Yeah.
I think Kayak VR technically is a much better game. It's prettier. It's
maybe graphically, but game design, it sounds like it's a bore fest.
I mean, that's the problem, but it works as it's intended. It's like you're actually kayaking, but kayaking is boring. This isn't.
Yeah, if there was a watch a flower grow simulator, like that was just like watching a flower grow, you probably wouldn't give it extra props for properly simulating something so uninteresting.
Yeah, I mean, true, but I think just when you consider everything, I would put it above Kayak VR.
Okay, so now we're looking at before your eyes. Put it up above before your eyes or below it.
I think they're really neck and neck. Honestly, it could go either way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it below it just because before your eyes is unique.
There's a novelty to it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a novelty to Kayak VR or to Stilt. I think that's a good spot to put it at. I mean, personally, I think a lot of these games I had more fun with Stilt than I did a lot of these games. But you're not.
But it's not all about fun.
It's
either,
not all about fun.
You know?
It's about. But hey,
because also imagine like the game's not super long.
Yeah, it's pretty short. Yeah,
you have to. I feel if we keep playing at some point fairly soon, the novelty is going to wear off.
I don't have a strong desire to go back and play more multiplayer. Now, if you do like the multiplayer, it would be fun to organize like a community game night and play it, right?
Yeah.
And if you do like the multiplayer, there's a lot of people playing because it's also on the Quest. That's part of the reason it was $2 is because they went on sale on the Quest store for $2, and they're like, well, we can't do that to the PSVR, dude. Which is another shout out to VR Kiwi. What a baller move! They said it's super cheap on Quest. We got to make it cheap on PlayStation 2. That's the only fair thing to do.
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, super ball because they said it's probably never going to be $2 again because that's why it was $2. But they'll probably have a sale at some point.
Wow.
But I appreciate that. These guys just seem to get it. They get it.
Yeah,
and I like.
They're for the people.
They're for the people.
I'm going to lobby for them to be in the VR Kiwi party,
and I'm
voting on them.
That's going to be a bipartisan issue. I think everybody can get behind that.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, Alex, so you want to talk about Into the Radius?
Into the Radius. So, Adam, I don't know if you know anything about Into the Radius. This was hailed as one of the greatest VR games, like on the order of Half-Life Alyx.
So was Half-Life Alyx.
I know. Half-Life Alyx is it a good game or not? Right? It's a really good game,
but one of the best games.
Well, now that we have Resident Evil 4 and 8 and stuff like that, it is hard to say it's one of the best games.
I guess maybe before, yeah. Okay, whatever.
But anyways, it just has this reverence amongst the PC VR community and even the Quest community of like, there's this absolute great game out there called Into the Radius. For those that don't know, it's kind of like the setting is like Eastern European, like Russian or Ukrainian, something like that. It's post-apocalyptic, so something cataclysmic has happened in this world. And you don't encounter people. You encounter like standing statues made of ash, and if you touch them, they disappear. And what you do is you start in this like base camp, and you collect missions. There's a computer in this room that you stay in, and you get missions. And the missions are like, hey, we need you to go find this like camera because we need to get data on how cameras work before the cataclysm. You need to go find this artifact of the cataclysms because we're trying to get things so we can understand what happened to kill everybody. You start the mission, you go out into this open world environment, and it's like there's weird stuff like cars floating in the air because something has happened to really mess up the world. There's cars floating in the air, destroyed roads. There's like these things called reflectors, which are like pulses just in the environment that if you get into it, they just hurt you and knock you around. And there's off in the distance, there's like a black hole in the sky, which you're slowly working towards. I guess that's the radius you're trying to get to. But the gameplay is like the sort of survival thing. You go out in the environment, you kind of have to acquire everything yourself. So like I'll go see like a dilapidated military camp, and there are bullets, just free bullets lying around. I have to collect the bullets, and then I get like an empty clip, and I put the bullets in the clip so that I can reload my gun. And then that's something that you do in the process of finding this artifact, completing this mission, things like that. Now, what I knew the game was survival. I knew it was open world. I knew they were shooting. The enemies you shoot are like these ghost figures. They're kind of black, and they're just kind of lumbering around. But if they see you across the map, they will happily travel across the map and start attacking you. And so it's not infrequent that I totally get surprised. I'm like, I'm putting bullets into a thing, and suddenly the screen starts flashing red, and I hear like a hiss, and I'm getting attacked, and there's some dude behind me just like hacking away at me, and it's properly terrifying because you're
weenie.
Yeah, I'm a weenie, but now I'm always on the lookout. Anytime I'm doing anything, I'm always stopping and looking around to make sure nobody's like sneaking up on me, which is a thrilling experience, especially in VR. The game has like a day-night cycle, so like at night you can't see anything. You have to have your flashlight on you and aiming it at stuff. That's a really well-used mechanic, but it's I didn't know there was as much scavenging in the game, and I didn't know that the game was as horrifying as it is. It is one of the scariest games I have played in VR. Let me tell you, like the second mission, you have to go to this military base and get some like film left over so they can develop the film and see what was on the pictures. I'm walking out there. I am running out of daylight, so it's turning dark. And so I'm at this camp. I'm shooting a couple of the enemies, you know, and I kill them. They're not too scary. But then suddenly I just hear somebody just say, "Oh, he's here to play with me." It's a girl saying that. I have no idea what's going on. Nobody's talked to me until then. I don't know what's happening. And I look around, there's nobody there. And so I'm just going into this base. It's pitch black. There's like things that hurt you, but if you shine your flashlight to go away. So I'm shining my flashlight to clear the ground so I can walk to get to this. And I just hear like a girl yelling at me, but I have no idea where she is. I hear people walking around outside, but I can't see a damn thing. I look at the windows, there's nobody there. It's so terrifying. And I get the camera and I go outside and there's like an ash man halfway across the map with a gun shooting me. And then I bust out my gun and I'm shooting at him, but you only have so much accuracy because it's a pistol and you're shooting across the map. I run out of bullets. I hear lumbering. I turn around. It's one of those zombie guys coming at me. I shoot at him, but the haptic triggers like let me know that I have no more bullets. My gun is depleted. And I pop the clip out. I try to put another clip in there. I'm so nervous. I drop the clip. So I pull my shotgun out and I shoot at him, but I miss because I'm nervous. And now I have to I'm trying to reload my shotgun with the individual bullets while these enemies. It is some of the most frenetic and terrifying gameplay, and it is so fun. Has any of this sold you on the game?
Sounds like you're bad at the game, and that's why it's terrifying.
Maybe. I would love to see you play the game and tell me if you're bad at the game too. I mean, it's
I won't be. I'm talented.
There's an element of like realism simulation to it. So like
I've got a couple real big talents. Trust me.
Name one. Is one of them your penis?
No.
Okay.
One of them is playing VR games.
Okay. It is a game that
I mean, I like the issue. I obviously like being scared.
Yeah.
But the type of scared you mentioned, it just seems very situational. Because you weren't prepared. Because you
But that's the thing is I was as prepared as I could have been. I spent time before going on that mission making sure I had ammunition in my backpack so I could reload, making sure I had a belt of clips ready to pull, but when you're in the heat of the moment and the enemy is bearing down on you and all you can see is whatever your flashlight's shining on, it's like if I put my flashlight on I can't see anymore because it's shining down at the ground, and you don't have health things available, and the way you reload is you have to like actually grab the bullet and put it in the chamber and then cock it and stuff. So the gunfights are some of the best gunfights I've had in VR because they're so real feeling. I will crouch down behind a log so I can't get shot and not even aim to kill anybody. I'm just looking around to make sure nobody's sneaking up on me. It's so visceral and it feels so properly like haunting, like you're being watched at all times. I'm loving it.
I mean, this is the issue of you liking every game that you've ever played. Because what you're saying sounds good, but I still can't trust you. I can't do it.
Let's think about what you might not like about the game. There's like hunger. So you have stamina.
Hate that.
You can turn it off.
Oh,
if you don't want to do it, you could just turn that off.
Well, 100% turn that off.
And it really doesn't come into effect too much. I mean, I keep a couple candy bars in my backpack.
It's still pain. Yeah. Well, that's why I hated Song and Smoke.
Yeah, so you can turn that off. I think the fighting is really, really interesting and good and properly scaring. There are annoying things that in the environment, like I said, there's those reflectors that bounce you around. There's also areas that they just call like the artifact or something that it's just like these cubes that if you're in them, they just hurt you. And sometimes it's just there and it makes this open map a little bit less open. You can't really walk in that area. So it's like, why even have it? Just make it a hole in the ground that I can't cross over. I don't know. There's like radiation zones and stuff, but the game is ultimately about surviving. But man, it feels it feels good. It feels scary, and I'm so excited. The other nice thing is the missions. You play through a mission. It's like 30 minutes long, so like I can play through a mission a day and have a good stopping point, and it leaves me wanting more. And so I'll just stop, and then the next day I'm like, let's do another 30 minutes. Let's do another mission.
I do like that. Like that, and because you're right, that's exactly what you can do. Take a bite size. Is it worth $30?
Oh hell yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! It's well worth $30.
It only has a 4.6
on the PlayStation, so that's actually interesting. It's got 531 ratings at $30 on the PlayStation Store. I think that might be one of the most, not highly rated, but one of the most rated games on PSVR 2. That's impressive, and I think it's like a 10% ratings to purchase ratio. So it's like, I don't know what, it's at least sold 5,000 copies.
But it's got 6% of 1 stars.
Who gives a shit what those people say? So other things are janky. There's like a bit of flicker to the the graphics aren't amazing, but they're fine. It's not distractingly bad. Sometimes there's like light flicker and stuff like that. It does have like a performance mode and a quality mode. I do performance just because the frame rate's better that way. I will say the haptics are great. The gun haptics are great. Like I think I told you earlier, when you're shooting a gun, if you forget to turn off the safety, the trigger haptics are hard. You can't push it in as if the gun is on, like the safety is on in the gun. That's cool. Man, it's a fun game, man. It's a real good game. The sequel's already out for PC and stuff like that. I hope that this sells enough to where we get the sequel for PSVR 2, but I recommend it. This is like a preview because I haven't played that much of it. I'm having a really good time with it. And I've only like just started, right? You unlock more guns, you modify your guns, you make them better. You have to like clean your guns and stuff. It's really a lot of simulation stuff that feels authentic. So I don't know. I'd be happy to play this game for a while.
Well, it'll be a question. Will you finish?
I always finish.
Both.
Oh, you're talking about the game?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I hope, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's the thing. Okay,
I hope it gets PS5 Pro enhanced, yeah.
Yeah, you wish. Okay, so into the radius. Alex, let's talk about quickly some of the state of play, because there are some of the games that were announced at the state of play.
Yeah.
I'm personally excited for. Starting with Midnight Walk. As soon as I saw this game, I saw the PSVR in the top left. And then I saw maybe 15, 20 seconds of the game, and I text you, wowzers.
Yeah.
I want to play this hard.
And you were down on the state of play. You were like, this isn't going to be anything good. And then this is the first thing that showed up, and you're like, Midnight Walk looks good.
Yeah.
Looks good.
It looks like a Tim Burton Night Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Weird, atmospheric. I mean, it looks unique. It's everything I want in a game. It's creepy. It's weird. Maybe it's frightening. Maybe it's not actually scary. But it's something totally different. I love the art style.
Like creepy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
claymation.
Do we know when it's coming out?
I don't know, but
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, here's what makes me excited about this, because I agree. The art looks amazing. It looks properly creepy. It looks like something that's going to be totally unsettling. What I'm excited about is the fact that it is also just a straight-up PS5 game. It's a flat game, which means they developed it, and you're not paying a VR tax. You're not playing a game that is diluted because they needed to shoot it into VR. Instead, you're getting a game like Resident Evil 4, which is a full-fledged flat game, and now you also have a VR mode to play it in first person. And some of the stuff that the game looks like it does with scale is probably going to work really well in VR, where like a giant enemy bearing down in your little tiny character doesn't mean quite as much in flat mode. But if you are that character in VR and this giant guy is bearing down on you in VR, that's gonna be really frightening, exciting, fun.
It just says next year.
2020. I think it said 2025 for sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's wild. Yeah, they have pictures of like
people
actually modeling. That is insane.
And the characters look weird as hell.
Yeah, they really do. It's so cool. I mean, So this one I'm definitely looking forward to. The only my concern is, you're excited that it's a PS5 game coming to VR.
Yeah.
I'm concerned that the VR is going to be an afterthought. And then,
So it's not like a VR mode, though. It just seems like you can play the game in VR, like Resident Evil. You can play Resident Evil 4 in VR.
Yeah. But even if it's still an afterthought, though, then, that's and it's a small concern.
Yeah.
Okay, so that game looks dope.
Yeah.
Talking about Hitman. You saw Hitman, and you're a Hitman guy.
So Hitman came out on PSVR 1. This was like, you can buy Hitman 3. and it actually has Hitman 1, 2, and 3 in it. They call it World of Assassination. Hitman's got this great collection called World of Assassination. They had it on PSVR 1. It was fun. It worked well, but you had to use the DualShock if you wanted to have any kind of fun with it because the controls were so wonky with the move. Recently, it was announced that there was a Quest version, and people were so pumped. It's like, oh, the good version of Hitman in VR done on Quest. And then it came out like last month, and it is like total turd.
Oh.
It's janky. It's broken. It looks ugly as sin. But they announced it for PSVR 2, and everybody was worried, like, oh, so like the crappy jank version. No, the Quest version was developed by some other group. This version is developed by IOI, the company who made the original Hitman. So it's an actual company putting proper development into this Hitman game. So it's not some afterthought. They're doing a good port. They talk about, dual wielding, right? Independent hand movement stuff. I'm looking forward to it. I wanted to play more Hitman, but the lack of the move controller, being good at all, really delayed it. And this is a game that you could play for hours. Like it's almost endless because each level has so much versatility to it, but also it's like 3 or 4 games in one. I think if you give it a shot at them and you figure it out, you're going to have a good time. Also, if you already own the game on PSVR 1, it's a $10 upgrade. So I'm getting it for $10.
So I should buy it now on PSVR 1.
It's probably like $40 right now. Yeah. I mean, it's been on sale a bunch, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is something I want to play.
I'm going to buy a disc version probably, right? Like,
I love that.
You could probably get it for, I mean, you need to do a little bit of research and see, but I'm pretty sure you can get it for cheap on disc. And
I mean, if not, I'll just buy it. This is a game I do want to play. I will buy. Yeah. Now, the next game, you're excited about Metro Awakening. I think it just looks like it just looks like other games I've played. Now, it doesn't mean that's going to be bad, right, by any means, but it just has me less excited. Nothing is like Hitman. Nothing looks like Midnight Walk. Yeah. Then I see Metro Awakening, and I'm like, this looks like every other, you're scary, you're trying to evade some enemy, whether it be aliens or people or whatever the enemy is, you're trying to evade them, and, you've got the red light, it's dark, you got to shoot. Like, it just may still be good, but it's less unique. So I like the others better. Yeah,
I mean, Metro it's a very, despondent game. It's a dark and depressing game. It's a series that I've wanted to get into multiple times. I've tried, but playing it at first person after having played VR games makes it feel very restricted. So it's like, man, I just wish it was in VR. So I was happy when this came out. This is a prequel to the other 3 games that are on, PS5 and whatnot. Yeah, you live underground in a post-apocalyptic like Russia, and there's like monsters and stuff that come out because they've been messed up by the radiation, and you're trying to, I guess, survive outside or survive inside, something like that. People who actually play through the games love them. The stories are usually pretty good because it's actually based off like novels, so like there's a proper writing to the story that it's being based off of. I watched some footage of somebody play it, and I read some previews of people who were able to play it at Gamescom. And it just sounds like it works well. It's a good first-person shooter game in VR that happens to be kind of scary and stuff, like atmospheric and moody. Sounds like they're putting effort into making the PSVR 2 version stand out compared to the Quest and PC version. So there's a lot and it's Vertigo. Like they can know if they have the right stuff, they can do the right things. So I think the game will feel good with the extra juice from the Metro IP. I think this has the potential to be a really, really good game. But
which of the games are you most excited for?
Probably Metro, because it's going to feel the freshest to me. But really because I'm still tentative about Hitman. Like I even recommend like maybe you wait until I can play it for $10.
You're gonna like it.
No, but I'll be honest with you about like if it's glitchy, if they're not doing it right, like there are things to watch out for.
There's stuff in it that looked fun though.
Doing the ring around some of the choking somebody with the string.
I mean, all of it, yeah.
And the shooting and the dragging bodies around and stuff.
It looked, I mean, it looked fun. It looked fun to play. So I would go Midnight Walk, Hitman, Metro.
That's the Midnight Walk. I don't know what the gameplay is going to be like. It could be the best out of all these, right?
It could.
Yeah, we're lucky to have them though. I think they're all good things to look forward to. Like if Metro Awakening is the worst of the 3, man, how fortunate are we?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
we're coming. Okay, let's go over sales and then end it. I know you guys were like, wait, where's the segment break? There ain't one
because we're together.
We're together. We ain't doing this today. All right.
Let's burn through. I'm getting tired of it. Bad Dreams VR for $4.99.
A bad deal VR.
Thumper for $5.99.
Dude, I mean, if you don't have the game, you got to. It is a classic. Easy or $6.
This is Zenith Last City DLC. I thought Zenith was free to play. Anyways, $9.99.
Yeah, but I guess there's some DLC and it's worth what's DLC stand for? Don't
lose control.
Don't lose control of your wallet because that's a ripoff. Yes.
How about Operation Wolf Returns First Mission VR for $10.49?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what that is.
It's like an old arcade remake.
Yeah, no.
Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition and Village Gold Edition for $29.59.
I mean, it's probably okay price, but why not buy it physically, play the game, and then sell it back?
The extra stuff you get in Gold Edition is not playable in VR for Village, and Resident Evil 7 is not playable on PSVR 2. So it's like it's a bit iffy. Although Resident Evil Village by itself in VR is worth $30.
I really wish
but you could probably
Resident Evil 7 in PSVR 2.
Yeah, you could probably get it for cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah.
System Critical 2 for $7.99.
You played this, so I'll let you.
That's not bad. I mean, it's like Mega Man in VR, which sounds amazing, but it's like it's so. $7.99 is not a bad price for what's kind of an experimental game. You can have a lot of fun with it if you just get your mind right. Here we go. Resident Evil Village Gold for $19.99.
Yeah, you need to play Resident Evil Village. It's a very good game.
Yeah,
quality. It's a must play for VR.
If you can't find it physical cheaper, the $19.99 is a great deal. Yeah. Brain Beach for $5.79.
Oh gosh, you're right. Once it gets to like the $5 mark, it's almost like even if it's not great, like for example, the next game B99 Overclocked, that's a waste of $6.
I think I bought it for $7 or something,
and you probably still thought it was worth it.
I haven't touched it just because I got so many games to play. But it's like
Yeah.
I want to play it at some point.
But Brain Beats, to me, you're gonna get an hour, 2 hours, bare minimum out of it, making the $5 to $6 worth it.
Maybe
B99 sounds like a game where you would try it. You're gonna know in 30 minutes that it sucks, and you're not gonna play it anymore. And it wasn't really worth the $6.
I see. I think the opposite.
So I'm gonna say Brain Beats yes, B99 no.
B99 seems like something new to me. Brain Beat seems like a shameless ripoff of every other punching rhythm game.
That's true, but some of them synth riders is fun.
Yeah, that's not a shame. This is a cash-in ripoff, is what it looks like.
I know, but it's.
Oh, I guess you're saying at the base level, even though it's a ripoff, it's still kind of fun.
Yeah,
like a bad DDR still feels like DDR sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about K1 Maths Dimension for $7.99?
Let me do the math. No.
How about Car Mechanic Simulator VR for $10.39?
These. No, just no.
Angry Birds VR Isle of Pigs for $8.99.
How many times are they gonna
remake it?
No,
right?
I know no one wants this. Stop it, please.
How about Demio for $17.99?
It's already only $20, so no.
Okay. How about Forest Farm for $7.49?
No.
How about Toy Trains Infinite Loop Edition, Infinite Loop update for VR, $7.49, and the chief, the COO will visit you.
Ooh, COO visits, yes.
Yeah.
But if you can't get that in writing, no.
I think $7.49 is probably good. I mean, the game's probably fun. I think with the updates, it's been made better.
$5 or less. That's my price.
After you just said no to a $5 game. Island Time VR for $7.49.
It wasn't that game though. Island Time, no.
How about Hubris for $14.99? If you want a first-person shooter, I think it's
just like so meh.
Yeah,
like
bland.
Yeah.
Townsman VR for $19.99.
Yes.
How much did you spend on it?
Yes. I don't remember.
You spent the full price, didn't you?
I don't think I did.
I thought you bought it for $40 and then it went on sale.
No.
It's good though, right? Is it good?
It is good.
Yeah.
Did I pay full? I don't think I paid. There's no way I would have paid full price.
You never pay full price for anything.
Exactly.
What about Runner for $7.49?
Yeah.
That's a good. I need to play that again.
Yeah.
How about Bulletstorm VR for $19.99?
I don't know what this is.
It's an old PS3 game they made a VR version of. They patched the hell out of it, and people swear it's like a good game now. And last time they said that, I played it, and it felt so flat and muted and disconnected. I was kind of annoyed, but I think they patched even more. So I want to try it again. 1999. Like if you like the original, you probably have fun.
I bought Link Between Worlds for $14.
But you gotta have a DS to do that. But
Yeah.
how about Hello Neighbor Search and Rescue for $14.99?
Search and Rescue, the money I just lost by buying this game.
Then VR Adventure for $9.99.
Listen, if you want a little bit of Zen, I say go to Zen. Go find you a yogi chick. Don't spend $10 on this.
Good one, Adam. Last Clockwinder for $13.74.
I wish this was the last bad game I had to say no to, but it won't be.
Creed Rise to Glory for $27.49.
Barely is that.
This game should be $9.99 at all times.
Yeah, like,
it's so old. It's not bad. It's just so old. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How about Until You Fall for $13.99?
What if Until I Stand? I'm not paying that.
Okay. Drums Rock Deluxe Edition for $14.99.
I didn't like this game.
There's
Although
a demo, yeah.
I do see that there's an Undertale, and that
they have an Undertale.
That's Undertale. That could, but it's not really. No, I'm still gonna say no.
Dead Hook for $11.99.
Dude, I would freaking give someone the dead fish before I made them play that game.
$11.99 for Twilight Zone VR.
This one, I almost bought this game. I mean, I don't know if it's any good at all.
Why do you choose the games you buy? Twilight Zone VR, you almost bought Sight Unseen.
Because I like the creepy stuff that could do something with your mind. Right. And I mean, let's be honest, it's probably absolute trash.
Yeah, I think it's like a straight Quest port of a game that's not even good on Quest.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Space Docker VR for $8.69. I have this. It's actually good.
Docker.
Like two penises connecting. Yeah.
That's not what I was thinking of. Okay.
Borderbots VR $11.99.
I'd rather cross the border than play that price for that game.
Which border, Canada or Mexico?
Mexico.
Okay. Colossal Cave VR for $11.99.
I don't know what this is.
It's like an old point and click adventure game that the original developers made a VR version of.
I like point and click games.
I know. I've heard mixed things about it, but like $10, it's I don't know why there's suddenly one over here. I guess you can buy the flat game and the VR game together for $14.99. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Okay, Kitsuna AI Touch the Beat, $20.99.
I'm gonna touch more. No. I'm gonna.
You're gonna touch your meat, right?
I'm gonna end this.
How about the Street 10 VR? For
I forgot to talk about this game. Maybe next time. It is unequivocally. It's 18 floors level gameplay.
You bought it, and I wanted to tell you after you told me you bought it that it's just like it's atrocious. Because I watched footage of it, and I was like, that is not what it's going for.
It's bad.
You walk down the same street and try to find something different each time, right?
But it's not even like it doesn't even work that well.
Oh my goodness.
Like the reason I don't put it below 18 floors, I think the development is actually worse, but this doesn't waste your time. Within 5 minutes, you realize I wasted $3 and you can end it, right? Yeah. Whereas 18 floors, you put in, 8 hours and then realize, wow, I've had a horrible 8 hours of my life.
You pay so much money to learn that you wasted your money.
Exactly.
Right out of the gate is like, guess what? Develop my blah, guess what? You wasted
$3. I'm honest to God, the first 15 seconds, you realize you wasted your life.
It's almost that refreshing to pay $3 and then have somebody just bluntly be like, that was not a good use of your
Exactly.
money. Yeah.
No title screen, no descriptions, nothing. I'll review it next. I forgot to this week. I'm sorry. Well, I'll review it next time.
How about Exorcist Legion VR collection for $17.99?
I'm just holding a grudge because they refuse to give us a code.
After they were like, we'll give you a code, then you ask them, and they're like, no code.
Yeah. So and plus I played.
You played like the first one was free.
Yeah, and it was not.
I have to say it sucked. It sucked.
It's not.
Okay. Fine. How about Journey to Foundation for $23.99?
You like Foundation?
Yeah,
I don't care.
I read the whole series. I feel like this is a game that could have been good had publishers not been like, oh, you got to include shooting. Kind of like Red Matter. Like why is there combat in Red Matter? Just skip that part. It's cool. $23.99 is a bit much for a game that looks like not a PS5 game. How about Tarzan for $11.99?
So no.
That picture makes you want to play, doesn't it? It looks like a 5-year-old drew.
What they should have, what's his name? Bubba Bluey, just have his big chimp butt right there in the front.
I don't know who you're talking about. But
Bubba Bluey, the gorilla ape.
Harambe?
No,
Donkey Kong?
F you. No, there's a Disney ape that's like blue and it's big and he's got a butt.
Baloo.
Bubba Baloo. That's what I said.
You said Bubba Bluey.
Oh, did I?
His name's just Baloo. There's no Bubba.
Really?
His name's just from Jungle Book.
Oh, maybe that.
It's just Baloo.
Is it a woman?
No.
Oh, then I don't know what we're talking about. What are you talking
about? You're just focusing on, and his butt's not visible.
No. I'm gonna look.
Are you thinking of Rafiki from Lion King that's got the big red butt?
I don't know.
Okay, how about Transformers Beyond Reality for 1624?
I don't know. It looks stupid, but I know you really like it.
No, it's a lot of money. Stride Fates for 1949.
Stride Fates.
It's that free running game.
Yeah,
it's kind of a rip. From what I've heard, it's kind of a rip off. Man, I think they patched it a bit, but it's like janky and broken. How about Genotype for 1786? You want my opinion?
Sure.
This game is good. It's Metroid.
Go figure.
It's a VR Metroidvania. It's good. It's real good. Yeah. Arcade Paradise VR, $13.99.
No.
Okay. How about Super Roller Coasters bundle for $7.49? These are extra roller coasters for that free Epic roller coaster game. Adam's over here Googling Bubba Bluey, and all he gets is Hubba Bubba.
Yeah. Let me look up Gorilla.
Epic roller coasters. Get some extra roller coasters for the free coaster game.
It's so bad.
Zombie Bar Simulator for $14.99.
I haven't actually heard of this. It sounds stupid. All of these bar games are a waste of your time.
Yeah, what is that? Why does every person think we want to be mixologists in VR?
I have no idea. We don't. Unless VR Kiwi comes out with it.
Then it'll probably be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's.
How about you're looking up sex swings now? Breachers for $22.49.
You like that game, didn't you?
I haven't played it, but it's just I know it's a good game.
It's not on sale enough.
It should be $20 default. And I also need an extra day in my week to have time to play a competitive multiplayer game in VR. All right, Red Matter 2 and Red Matter 1 bundle for $29.99.
I didn't have a good enough time with Red Matter.
Okay, fair enough. Beat the Beats VR for $15, $14.99.
Beat the Beats. Oh, beat the Beats. Oh, get out of here. I'm gonna beat that price too. It's dead.
Behind the Frame VR for $15.39.
This is interesting. It looks too. I know.
I heard it was awful.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept, but I didn't pull the trigger, and there was a reason.
Sugar Mess. Let's Play Jolly Battle for $16.79.
With a name like that, I've got to consider that.
It seems like this could be the Ranch Planet of PSVR.
The thing is, it just come on, dude. That's barely a sale. 20% off.
Yeah.
Come on.
Clean Sheet. You're a goalie.
No, too limited.
Project Wingman. I played the flat mode. Game looks beautiful in the flat mode. I haven't played the VR mode yet. $23.99.
No.
Okay. I need to play there's 5 VR missions. They're probably good. Doubt it's worth $24 just for that. Resident Evil 4 Gold Edition, $39.99.
I don't know what we're asking. You're not gonna play it.
No, not me. I have it already. Is it worth somebody to buy if they don't have Resident Evil 4?
Yeah.
$40 for maybe the best game of PSVR 2. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's it for the sales, Adam.
That's it. We want to thank you for listening to Play PSVR 2, the podcast. Contact at PlayPSVR. That's how you get us.
Yeah. Send us your name, send us your address, and $10. We will put you on our voter registration that we're submitting as lobbyists to Congress to get VR voting legitimized.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Let's see if I can nail this as a parting sentiment, Alex. Why do roosters wear? How do I do it? One sec. Why do roosters? Do they talk to the people? I get my thoughts together.
Adam's wondering something about roosters. I'm pretty sure the joke relies on the word like caw or cuckoo or something like that. Adam spent about 15 minutes searching up Bubba Bluey, and he found nothing. He found absolutely nothing. This man, you're trusting your opinions on the sales to this man.
Why doesn't a rooster wear pants on its legs?
Why?
Because his pecker's on his head. That's Play PSVR 2, the podcast, maybe episode 154. Stay in contact. We love you. Tell your mama, tell your auntie. We'll see you next time.
Papa Bluey.
Papa Bluey.